Les poissons, les poissons, how I love les poissons. Love to chop and to serve little fish. Hello, tribe. I'm JJ, and this little guy is King Kampachi. Today, we're gonna make a whole fish dish, one pot cookery, super simple and easy. Gonna have a lot of dynamic flavors, and I think everyone's gonna enjoy this and how easy this is to prepare a whole fish. First of all, back to my friend King Kampachi. I got this from an old friend of mine named Freaksos. He's a fishmonger that owns a store called Blue Horizon here in Houston. I've known this guy for over 15 years. Trusted source for seafood. And that's very, very important as you go forward into this adventure of just eating real food, is that do your best to try to create relationships with people so you can ask questions and gain knowledge on where your food comes from and how it is. This little guy, he's farm raised. Whoa, farm raised? Exactly. The reason that farm raising fish is important is because without sustainable, responsibly farmed fish, the wild fish stocks that we have will decline significantly. And we don't want that. The reason I love farm fish is because I love wild fish. And there's a balance between the two. You can still eat wild fish, but farm fish are good too. And I'm going to show you how good this is because this is a fantastic example of a clean fish. That's actually the name of the company that has this fish. Clean Fish. You can follow them on Instagram and find out a lot more. We're going to score it first. And you can see here how pretty and white that flesh is in there. This is going to allow for the heat to get through and cook the meat a little bit quicker. We're going to season them up. Again, with Cajun and sea salt. Both sides. A little pepper if you like. And while that guy sits there and the oven gets warm, we're going to prepare our cabbage base. Now, I basically looked at the refrigerator and said, hey, I need to use this half of a head of Napa cabbage. I like Napa cabbage because it's softer and sweeter, not nearly as hard in the tooth. And this will wilt down and create a really nice base, and it's going to absorb all those fish juices that we bake when we bake this in the oven. Going to give it a quick rinse. About 4 cloves of garlic. Again, just kind of smashed and rough chop. A little bit of red onion. A couple of mushrooms. And because I'm in Texas and I like spice, always some spicy chilies. Things that come out of my garden. So at this point, I love the flavors of cabbage and butter. So I'm going to add some butter to this pan that we're going to cook all this stuff in. basically 2 nubs. Drain the water off of the cabbage and start loading up the good stuff. All that goes in, stir. Wow, the aroma of butter and garlic is just unbelievable. That's got to be one of my all-time favorite things. You can see here, we're kind of just getting everything started, nice and wet, starting to wilt down. But again, we want to let the oven do most of the work. So here, this is just getting things started. Take your cabbage. So this cabbage is going to release a lot of liquid as it wilts down, but that's important because we want that liquid to kind of help steam the fish. Here, we've got some fresh thyme from outside. And orange. 2 parts of all citrus fruit, the zest and the juice. What we want to do here, we want to take about half this orange and zest it in here because all those essential oils from the orange zest are going to give this beautiful, bright, orangey flavor to this cabbage. And orange and cabbage go really well together. Opposed against the earthy flavor of the mushrooms, that's going to make a really dynamic bunch of cabbage. And we're also going to squeeze half of the orange juice. First, the zest. Salt and pepper. And now, Le Poisson. This guy goes in here just like that. Get a nice squirt of olive oil all over the skin. And to the oven. I've got this oven preheated to about 400 degrees. I'm not worried about that high heat because I know all that steam that cabbage is creating is going to create a moist environment in there and it's not going to burn. We're going to take a break. We'll get right back to you when the fish is done. All right, welcome back. Our fish is almost finished baking in the oven, but right before As I always say, you want to get raw food and roughage into your diet. We're going to do a quick little finishing salad for the top of that fish. We've got radish, which we're just going to slice real thin on this little guy here called a mandolin. This thing's really inexpensive. You can pick it up on Amazon, probably about 10 bucks. You can change the thickness of the blade. Be careful though, because it does like your fingers. So you want to take it real slow and low with this guy. Right? Beautiful, crunchy, peppery little radishes. About a cup of organic packed parsley. This is Italian parsley or flat leaf parsley. And these are sweet peppers that I grow in my garden. This guy's a little tricky, so definitely take it slow and low with the mandolin. All right. Don't want to waste anything. I think we're going to do one more little bit of pepper. A little bit of good high-end extra virgin olive oil. And for this, I like to use red wine vinegar. Salt, pepper. Look at all those colors right there. Colors and flavors. All right. Time for Le Poisson. Look at that guy right there. I like this because you get these nice little tiny roasted charred bits of cabbage in there. All the jus from the orange. The cabbage, the onions, the chilies, and the spice, and then you get all the juice from Le Poisson in there, and it's just going to be a really flavorful, dynamic one-plate dish. So we're going to plate this guy up real quick.
My favorite part.
The plating and eating. Beautiful King Kampachi. Oh yeah. Oh man. If I were to tell you that you're going to have orange scented, thyme scented cabbage and cremini mushrooms and Poisson Le Poisson, you probably think you're going to pay an arm and a leg for it. To be honest with you, we got this beautifully farmed, sustainably farmed fish and all this for just about 18 bucks. And this is easily going to feed 3 to 4 people. A little olive oil. And finally, finish with our raw roughage salad. Man, that's looking good. Remember, get out there. Know the people that you get your fish, your beef, your poultry from. Great relationships with your butchers, even if it's just at a regular old like Kroger or Piggly Wiggly or H-E-B or wherever you shop at. Those people know things. Create a relationship with them, find out where your food's from, and at the end of the day, just eat real food. Jerk with it.